What's up everybody, it is Generalkidd here today. How is everyone doing? For today's video, we are going to be taking a look at something you might not have noticed before on the mission Gravemind in Halo 2 Anniversary specifically. And that is a secret bush on Gravemind. So this bush on Gravemind, it's hidden really far out of the map, and the best way to see it is to grab a beam rifle at this part of the mission, or any other part of the mission. But what you want to do is you want to get to the part where the Amberclad jumps into High Charity, and before you cross that light bridge, or the gravity bridge or whatever, you'll have a chance to see it. So right about over here is a good spot to see it. So just wait for the Amberclad to pass, because it'll kind of get in the way a little bit here. Once it passes, just switch to your beam rifle, and you're going to want to zoom out right about over here, and there you go. You see a little floating speck there. That is the bush on Gravemind. So this is actually thanks to Photos Chaos that noticed it, but it's at first we couldn't really tell what it was, but it's very similar to the other bush on the mission Regret, which we used to think was the SpongeBob pineapple Easter egg, but upon closer inspection, it just turned out to be just a regular bush. The one on Regret is kind of a messy bush, but on this mission Gravemind, this particular bush is actually it's a lot different. It's a little different than the one on Regret. This one, even though it's kind of floating out there just like on Regret, this bush is a lot more. It's a lot nicer. It's a pretty nice bush. It looks like it's well trimmed and everything. It's just floating out there. I think it's like one of the plants here that you see on the ground here. It's just floating out there randomly, but it's a lot more cleaner and not as it's a different kind of bush than the one on Regret. I'll show you that one in a bit, but this one, you know, it's a lot more, everything's like more in order, so it's a much nicer bush. Now, it is really far out there, so if you want to get closer to it, we tried a few things to get closer, but I think the distance from here to the bush is farther than the secret switch on High Charity later in the game. But if you want to get a little closer, what you need to do is you need to turn on the Feather Skull, Sputnik Skull, Boom Skull, Scarab Skull, basically everything that makes you go more boom. And you also want the Black Eye Skull so you can get over shields. I think there's another shield that gives you over shields. I think it's Streaker Skull or something like that. But I prefer the Black Eye Skull. But you want to get full over shields, and then right here you want to throw a grenade, and then use a Scarab Skull to launch you really far out. And you can get a little closer and a better look at this nice bush here. See, it's a lot. If you don't remember the Regret bush, I'll show you again in a second. But that Regret bush is a lot messier, and you know, it's not well trimmed compared to this one. So, but I'm pretty sure this one's just like one of the bushes that you find everywhere on in High Charity. It's just for some reason they left one floating out here outside of the map. But at first, Photos Chaos thought it was another SpongeBob pineapple, but just like on Regret, it's just a bush, a nice bush, but just a plain old bush nonetheless. But let me show you the one on Regret real quick, just as a refresher. So here on Regret, when you're on a gondola part, the first one, if you zoom out here, you see what we used to think was the SpongeBob pineapple. But like I said, upon closer inspection, we did a revisit of this, and we got a little closer from a different angle. It was also just a bush, just a really messy bush. An okay bush, but a messy one, like I said. But yeah, so that's basically all there is to this. Photos Chaos did claim that he was able to launch really far out and was able to touch the bush, but it's really difficult to do that, and most of the times you won't launch anywhere near to get your hands on the bush. So you most likely you'll be able to get closer to get a better look at the bush, but that's about it. That's the best you can do. I'll show you guys the bush one more time. Photos Chaos spent like an hour trying to like launch as close to the bush as possible, but this is as close as he was able to get. He wasn't able to record. He forgot to record the one where he actually touched the bush, but yeah. So that about wraps it up for this video, and hopefully you guys just find this to be interesting. I know it's just a bush video, but hopefully it's something you guys never noticed before. And if you guys did enjoy this video, as always, make sure to leave a like, leave your thoughts in the comments. If there's anything else you want to check out or look into, just let me know, and I'll do my best to look into it. But other than that, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.